How do I keep up with the price of silver? When do I buy? When do I sell? Well, I keep up with the price of silver by the hour because I have an obsession, a fun obsession. The precious metal markets are open for trade 23 hours a day due to it being a worldwide market. Starting at 6 p.m. Eastern due to the open of the Japanese market and closing at 5 p.m. Eastern the next day when the U.S. markets close, taking an hour break between 5 and 6 p.m., the only time zone where the metals market is not open. The markets are closed between 5 p.m. Friday and 6 p.m. on Sunday. How do I follow the prices? My personal favorites are SD Bullion and Robinhood, just because they're one push away on my phone. SD Bullion tends to be a little bit higher than the actual bid, ask, or buy, sell market prices, but SD Bullion is usually just a few cents off. I use Robinhood to check the volume or the trade and real-time updates and the percentage of change. And with Robinhood, you can see the volume trading, you can see the history, you can see the daily chart, the weekly chart. You can look over and see how silver is done for that week or that month, or you can see the quarter, yearly, or year-to-date, and yearly, 5-year, and even the max. If you want to track silver like the dealers do, you would use Kitco or COMEX. When you use a brokerage account like Robinhood, the silver price that you'll be tracking is actually the SVL, which is a ETF for silver. You see how it says the price is $28. I always add $3. That's roughly about what it usually comes out to. When do I buy? I mainly buy on the weekends because that's when I have time to shop, but what influences my level of buying? I usually go by two rules, the $30 and the 6% rule. So anytime I can get bullion for $30 or under, I buy it. Or over a few days, if I see silver drop about 6%, that's usually when I buy too. So how do I buy silver? I shop on eBay and Mercari for low prices and for arbitrage prices where I can buy for cheap and sell for high. I search local shops for things I can stack, like bullion. I also spend a lot of time sorting through the foreign coins and the bargain bins. You never know what you're going to find. I found a lot of silver in the bargain bins, and also I go to a lot of antique stores. I go to every single one I can find. They usually have coins, and sometimes they slack on updating the prices, and you can get stuff before they adjust it. So you can get stuff at a previous lower price. I also check for yard sales and estate sales selling coins. That's a good place to find some. Here's an example of finding silver in the bargain bin. So a couple weeks ago, I went to Braxton's Coins and Gold in Loganville, and they have a bargain bin for foreign coins. They're 4 for $1. So I paid 25 cents for each of these. This is a 1953 Swiss 5 franc. It's 835 silver, and the melt on this is about $16, but they go for about 20 bucks. So that's 25 cents turned into 25 bucks. And this one is a 1963 France 5 franc, also 835 silver. And this one has a melt of about $13, about the same as a $half, and they go for about $16. So turn 50 cents into possibly $30, $35. I also found this in the bargain bin at Loganville. This is a 1768 Mexican or Spanish 1 real. This one is worth about $30 to $40. And I also found this in the bargain bin at Loganville too. This is a 1934 Netherlands 10 cent. It was part of jewelry or something at one time. And I also went to an estate sale about a month or so ago, and I bought 4 Benjamin $half for $10 each. And at that time, the melt on a $half was about $12.50. I also bought this from a yard sale. I paid $75, and there were 63 uncirculated silver dimes in here, which is about $130 melt, but they're all uncirculated. So they go for a premium. There's probably $250 to $300 in coins here if I was to sell them separate. So keep an eye out. And I got this one at a church yard sale. I was on my way to Arkansas to see the eclipse earlier this year, and there was some traffic, so we stopped at this church yard sale. I didn't expect them to have silver, but they did, and I got this for free in the end. So what I did was I bought this for $25. Silver was $30, around $30 that time. I think it was closer to $27, $28. And I bought 2.
So he made me a deal, $50 for 2 rounds. The other round I got was one that had silver that was reclaimed from the World Trade Center. I sold that one on Mercari for $50. So I paid $50 for 2 rounds. I sold one for $50. So in my mind, at least, this was free silver. And a couple months ago, when silver was about $30 an ounce, dimes were about $2.20 melt. I went to a yard sale that was selling bullion. I bought 4 ounces of bullion for $30 an ounce. Any shop would have charged me about $33 an ounce. And they had dimes. Some of the dimes were $1.50 each. You had 22 or 25 dimes, something like that. I bought them all. And like I said, melt was about $2.20 then. I also bought some half dollars for $8 each, and the melt was about $12. So keep an eye out, because you never know where you're going to find silver. So like me on the weekends, I check a lot of yard sales. I look at the descriptions online if they have descriptions. If they say coins, I go, as long as it's not too far out of the way. And if you see any yard sales along your travel route, just stop and see what they got. I also got that school bus pin. That is sterling silver. I got that for like $6. It's about 9-10 melt. And this paper clip I got for about $6, I think, and it's about the same, about $10 melt. So you never know what you're going to find at yard sales. And lastly, here's some more yard sale finds that I found along the way. So I stopped at one yard sale, and the guy was pretty much just trying to get rid of everything. He had a box full of his uncle's old stuff from the war. His uncle was in World War II. So these two are not silver, they're brass probably, but I thought those are pretty cool. So those are from World War II, and this is actually from the 1800s. It's Austrian, or I forgot exactly, I looked it up before. But here's some sterling silver earrings. This is a dog tag. This is his dog tag, but it's not silver, but it's a pretty cool piece of history. And his silver belt buckle. You can see right here, it says 950 silver, or silver 950. So that's 95% silver. And also got a few silver coins, probably about 10 silver coins. They were mostly British coins, and they were mainly like 50% silver. But for $5, I got probably about $40 worth of silver. So just keep your eyes out. And how do I sell my silver, or how would you sell your silver? You could go to a pawn shop or a coin shop and sell your silver. That's probably one of the most liquid, easiest ways. You could sell it on websites like eBay and Mercari. There's a little more effort, but you'll probably get much more for your silver. If you want to check out my eBay or my Mercari page, I'll put the links below, and I hope you learned something. Goodbye.